When I went down to grab the first bag of money to throw into the minivan, that's when gunfire. The guy messenger started shooting at my guy. He started firing at him. I grabbed the money.
What happened with? I'm sorry. What happened with the armored car one? That like you skated over the. You guys also hit an armored car.
So the armored car was like, it was in between my 6th and 7th bank, like, and there was just something that these set of guys had already had this armored car set up to rob, because one of the brothers had worked on the armored car.
Right.
And he was no longer working on the armored car, so he knew the layout and what to expect and things like that. They never knew about me. These guys never knew about me. My link with them was through my brother-in-law, because my brother-in-law, as he says it, I was the only crazy person he can think of that might be able to pull it off, because he knew about what I did. So one day I'm sitting at the house. He like, hey man, I might have something for you. I said, okay, what's that? And he like, I know these guys who want to do this job. I said, all right, man, where you at? I'll meet you at your house or something. I'll talk in person. So I go to his house. He come to my house or whatever the case was. And we talk about these two guys, two brothers. One of them used to work for the armored car. I think it was Wells Fargo. Was it Wells Fargo? Yeah, I think it was Wells Fargo. And he like, man, the guy worked on the truck. He knows it's going to be easy, man. It's going to be like $200,000, $300,000, real quick. They want to know if you can be able to pull it off. I said, shit, I need to go see what it looked like first. Show me the route. Show me where the truck at. Show me where it's going to go down. So they came pick me up. They took me over to St. Pete. It was the money store. The money store was an old bank in St. Pete that closed down, and they changed it to the money store strictly for all the armored cars to come pick money up from there to take the banks and stores.
Right.
So this old bank, they changed it over, converted over to the money stores just for armored cars to come pick up money. I think they might have brought money there too. Yeah, they in and out just for armored cars. He knew about it because that was his route. He used to go there to pick up money and deliver to banks and grocery stores or whatever the case may be. So they came and showed it to me. We sat outside downtown St. Pete. I can't remember exactly what street it was, but it was downtown, right off the interstate somewhere. And we sat over in a parking spot, while we watched the armored car pull up, the guy get out, open up both doors, go inside the money stores. The money stores had like double doors too, because they roll out like laundry bins full of money. And we sitting there, we waiting. He finally comes out, reopen up the doors to the armored car, and he just started throwing money in the back of the truck. I was like, yeah, we can do that. Yeah. So I think I waited like 2 or 3 days. We geared up, got all the stuff, 2 cars and everything. We pull up, we in the minivan. It's me. He's the driver, the guy who used to be the driver for the Wells Fargo. Me and his brother with the 2 gunmen. Inside the armored car, you have the driver and the messenger. The messenger is the guy who grabs the money out of and puts it in the back of the armored car. So as soon as the armored car pulls up, we're sitting over in the parking spot. I say, just wait till he get out, and then we'll ease over there. So as soon as the messenger got out, he started opening up the back doors. No. We waited. We waited for him to come in, to come out with the money. So he started, I guess he unlocked the back doors to get it ready. Went over to these set of doors here of the building, knocked on it or whatever. They opened up the doors. He went in there. He was in there approximately a minute or so. When he started coming out with the laundry bin, that's when I told him, let's ride. So we started easing up there. We pulled right around and pulled right along the side of the armored car. I'm the first one coming out. I had a 44 Desert Eagle. When I came out with the gun like this, the messenger seen me. He dropped everything and ran to the front of the truck. So I ran to the back of the truck, looked down the truck to see where he went. He was stooped down by the front tire on the driver's side. I came back to start getting the money to throw into the minivan. My second guy went over to keep an eye on him to see what the messenger was doing. When I went down to grab the first bag of money to throw into the minivan, that's when gunfire. The guy messenger started shooting at my guy. He started firing at him. I grabbed the money. That money was like heavy, really heavy. It was like 80 pounds to try to get with gloves on, and it's shrink wrapped with plastic. So every time I go to pick up the money, it slips out of my hand. I cannot get it out of. I cannot get the money out of this bin because it's this big. Shrink money is heavy when it's that much. So then at that time, the driver started shooting at me. I'm standing from here to where my daughter is. The driver is shooting at me through a
15
porthole.
feet away, he's shooting at you.
He's shooting at me. I'm not like, this going so fast, so I grabbed the 44, and when I pointed the 44, it's already caught back, and when I pulled the trigger, it just went off, and it just went boom, 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 boom. I couldn't control it with one hand. No one can control a 44 with one hand.
Right.
Unless you like the Hulk or something. But it just went crazy. Boom, 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 boom. I drop it. I try to get the money. I seen the minivan leaving. His brother jumped in the minivan. I seen him trying to leave. I turn around. I'm running. I jumps in the minivan. They shoot out all the windows in the minivan. His brother gets shot in the back of the head.
Oh.
I see blood coming out the back of his head because he has on a white bulletproof vest. I have on a black bulletproof vest. I see a red line going into the vest. We make it down to where we have the second vehicle parked by the interstate downtown St. Pete. Jump back in it. Get on the interstate. Come back across town. And
so no money and somebody gets shot in the head.
Exactly.
But was he out or just like he was okay because
he was
the
okay.
bullet had to go through the glass,
right?
So it slowed it down.
It just grazed him.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, and we're talking about a 9mm. I'm not saying it didn't hurt, but I'm saying it didn't penetrate his skull.
It grazed him. So as soon as we get back to the second vehicle, they go over with me in the second vehicle. They jump in their own personal car because he didn't know how serious condition his brother was in. So his aunt is a nurse in Orlando. So he like, man, I'm finna rush my brother down here to Orlando. My aunt's a nurse, and I'm gonna get her to take care of woo, woo, woo. They did that. I come back home. I'm going through the process of everything that just took place and how did this happen and this, that, and the other. That night, I get a knock at the door. It's by Hillsborough County Sheriff Office. And it's from a domestic violence charge that was dropped against me, but I guess the state picked it up or whatever, and it still had a warrant out for me. I'm thinking it was for the other. Yeah. So the guy was like, no, and my girl like, what do you want him for? She like, the officer was like, he has a warrant out for his arrest for domestic violence charge. She's like, no, I dropped that charge. No. She started crying and everything, but they wasn't with it. They arrested me that night. That night, because of me robbing or attempted robbery of the armored car, when I fell asleep, everything that happened earlier that day was playing in my head, in my dream. And in my dream, I kept hearing like a pss, pss, pss. In my dream, I was like, what is that noise? I'm dreaming about the whole shit that took place, and I'm like, I could just keep hearing these pss, pss. And I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm breathing like I'm in jail.
Yeah.
I'm in jail. I just attempted. I had a shootout downtown St. Pete. I dropped the gun. Now I'm having this nightmare about, I hear this noise that I couldn't make out what the hell it was. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go back to sleep. I'm going to go back to this dream. I'm going to slow this dream down. I'm going to find out. I'm going to see what the hell, what the noise. I want to see what it was. Fell back to sleep. I'm in the dream. I catch back up. I slow down. We shooting, and I slow it down, and I can see it was bullets. Now check it. Think I'm bullshitting. If somebody's shooting at you from right there, and I'm right here, and you go to the range all the time, and you don't hit me, and I go to sleep, and I have this dream that it's something passing quickly by me, but I can't. And it was bullets.
Yeah. Well,
And it didn't touch me, not one bullet. Now, the bullet that did get me is when I turned around to run, to jump in the minivan, they started blasting the minivan up. One of the guards shot the ground, and it ricocheted off the ground and went into the heel of my foot. And then right now in this shoe right here, in the back of the heel of my foot, I have a little round circle that's healed up now. But on this heel right here, it's smooth. But
Right.
on here, you'll see a little circle with a little indentation where a piece of shrapnel went in the heel of my foot. When I got to jail at night, that's when I found out, when I had to take my shoe and socks off. No, I found out at home. I had already took, I found out at home. When I got home, I had to take my shoe off. I didn't even notice that there was a little hole in the back of the heel of the shoe. But when I took my sock off, there was blood all there, and I looked at the back of my heel, and there was a little hole where a little shrapnel had went in the heel of my feet. I don't remember pulling it out or nothing. I don't know if it just ricocheted and went in and out or however it's done, but that's the only thing that happened to me.
if you like the video, hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment for the algorithm, and I'll see you.
Yes, sir.